Welcome to Tony's Bonsai. What do I mean when I say aligning my bonsai decisions with nature? Well, I'm going to use this Nothofagus, the southern beech, to sort of explain my philosophy, and I'm going to do some work on this tree, so let's take a closer look. For a quick recap on the history of this tree, I purchased this last year, grew it for a year, it was nice and healthy, and then it started dying all along this section. A few months ago, I cut a lot of the leaves and branches off to try to help this to survive, but it's not really working. From this angle here, you can see the missing bark. What I did is I wired this tree around here and all this bark died off. So it's still got some connected bark at the back, but to be honest, there's very little. And that's the reason that this branch is struggling. Now that I've made that first chop, I want to just go in and clear this stump out and clean it up by taking it right back. I've got some roots coming down from underneath it here, so I'm just going to try and get right in there and take that off. Now that was a bit of a mess. That was an awful cut. That might be one of the worst bonsai cuts I've ever made. That was awful. However, it's happened, and that'll callus over now, and that might create a really interesting part of this tree. Who knows? But as I say, it's done, so there we go. From this angle now, you can see that the chunk was cut off and it's torn a piece of bark up there, which should callus over quite nicely, and I think it might be quite interesting in the future, that. So I'm not bothered at all that that's happened. If we think of a lot of these really nice Yamadori trees that we see in nature, the reason that they're so highly prized is because they've been through struggles. You know, they've had sheep chewing on the leaves, they've had rocks falling on them, they've been stood on by cows, they might have been hit by lightning. You know, all these things that contribute to the character of the tree. And when something like this happens, in my eye, I'm just kind of achieving the same thing. I'm putting some character into this tree, and down the line, this might be a really interesting feature. Who knows? I love the Zen philosophy, and I believe there's a close tie between bonsai and Zen. The same principles and approach to life. So that's why I wanted to create this video today, just to kind of say to people, go with the flow, you know, see what a tree gives you and just work with it. And if something happens you don't like, accept it. You've got no choice but to accept it and move forward, and I'll keep you updated on how this tree does. I think this is going to develop into a really new, interesting tree, much better than the one that I'd previously anticipated. But who knows, it might just die. If you want to follow this tree, you know, hit subscribe. But the main thing, have a great day, and I look forward to seeing you soon.